Hey guys, so Bolzano is the blade for today. Looks like it's been used about 9 times. The soap of today is Meissner Tremonia, and it's Woody Almond. This one is was on sale in Maggard. It's got this amazing glass jar that I thought even if the soap sucked in scent, I could just give the puck away to somebody and keep the jar and put another soap in it or something like that. These are the same jars Paladin used to use for their soaps, and just tremendous. And hey, how is that magically holding in the middle there? They actually put like a rubber or some kind of ring in there that acts as a washer, a wall, a cushion between the soap and the sides of the jar, and so it keeps it exactly centered even though the puck is smaller than the insides of the jar. And it's cool. Should work really well. So Woody Almond, we'll see how that goes. 1305 Semogue boar brush, a really nice comfortable brush that I do enjoy. One of my favorites. I highly recommend it. It's not a good bore if you are someone who's looking for really scrubby, prickly type scrubby action. This is a soft bore. It's very comfortable. Still has some backbone to keep those tips at you. And it's going to get even better as more and more tips keep splitting. The razor today, I'm going to step back into my timeless 38 gap. This is the closed comb, the only closed comb they offer in the bronze razor that they have at Timeless. And I haven't used it in a while. I had a good long stretch of using it a bit ago, and then some other newer razors came into play. So let us change that. Use this one today. Probably not going to talk too much today, just kind of a quick shave. Got some family waiting on me and stuff. So Bolzano Superinox, and then here's the cap design here from the Timeless. Got those rails to keep the blade centered. And there we go. Just visually checking, make sure everything's aligned. And I personally like the way you have some of the tabs come out the sides. It lets me be able to grab the blade from the head and just keep it secure. Some people don't like that because maybe the blades scratch their earlobes or different things like that. And that's not a problem for me, so I'm cool with it. I believe post-shave, I'm going to be trying Trade Winds from Chiseled Face. The soap didn't really impress me a lot. I mean, it's nice, but it just didn't. I mean, there's so many other better ones out there that I decided to move on. But I got a good deal on this aftershave, and I do like their aftershaves. So let's see. And besides, the aftershave is for others, is how I view it. And the soap is for me. The soap is something I get to enjoy during my shave. The aftershave is what my family smells after the shave. So I just took a shower, but let's go ahead and splash some water on my face. Probably about 24 hours since my last shave. And this is a brand new puck. And so let's do a 40-second load because we don't actually know how long we need to go for. Shake most of the water out is my normal practice. And then let's go. Oh, just turned 10, so 40 seconds. So we'll go to 50. I can't remember what I told you just now. 30 seconds is often what I do, but this isn't a no. Now look, it's bubbling up pretty quick. So maybe 30 seconds is all I need, but let's just do 40 just to make sure. Yeah, look at that. It is reacting. And so this is just 30 seconds. Right now, that's 30 seconds of loading. That's probably plenty, but let's go ahead. This is kind of a dry, airy looking lather right away here. And there we go, that's 40. And I'm just gonna let that dry, airy stuff fall down into the drain. I think Maggard's, if you're interested in this one, it's kind of an expensive soap. And so I've stayed away from that brand. But Maggard's put a big sale on it. Maybe they're discontinuing carrying that soap. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't sell all that well for Maggard's customers. I've tried the Black Beer #1 and had good results with it, as I recall. All right, so 3D printed bowl. Link is available in the video description if you're interested. If you have a 3D printer or access to one, you can download the files at that link. This is the extra large version of that bowl, and I like it a lot. Roger Quintero is the main designer of it. I helped him just a tad, but he did most all of it, and I really enjoy this bowl. He was nice enough to print it for me, and I've been using it ever since. Maybe a year now. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and start with 1.5 teaspoons of water in there. Surely it's going to need more than that. Definitely woody, and I do get the almond scent. See if there's more to it. It's being kind of dry and sticking up on the walls, and that's just a sign that you got to keep adding water. So I'm going to put in 1/2, refill the syringe. So now we've got 3 teaspoons in the lather. So if you're new to Boar brushes, they have a break-in period. Don't be surprised during the first week or two if you have to use if you use up more soap than you think. If you have to go back before each pass to get more soap, that's normal. That can be very normal because they actually absorb water. Badger bristles don't absorb nearly as much water, and of course synthetics don't absorb any at all. But boars do, and so that's why they can be stiff as a broom when they're dry, but then soft and smooth when they are wet. 4 teaspoons now in the lather. Now, the tips will split over time, over enough wet-dry cycles. The tips will gradually split, and that starts to change the softness that you feel on your face. And so that's something that, with some brushes, I've heard of Omega brushes taking, a year's worth of use to where you start feeling, different about it. Somebody even said like 4 years. And to me, there's no way I'd bear through a Boar brush if I had any other alternative for that long before it finally started to feel good. My Semogues, I've got about 7 or 8, and they've all broken in pretty quickly, less than 14 uses or so. If I soak them for like an hour prior to the shave, then it's usually more like 3 or 4 uses before they get comfortable and able to be kind of enjoyed in a normal way. Okay, so we got 4 teaspoons in, but it looks like I need to go a little bit more, so let's do that. Another teaspoon, 5. I'm going to check it out after this because who knows, I might be drowning it right now. Sure doesn't look like it. Looks pretty good. It is just a little micro bubbly in certain places. It's not giving off a strong scent, and so it's definitely for somebody who likes mild scents. Not really a creative scent. Maybe geared more for somebody who's just dedicated to this brand. Not really much to kind of write home about. The almond the woody seems to be more strong than the almond. And I wasn't really able to find much of a description other than woody almond, on like Maggard website and even on the manufacturers. Feel it with my fingers now. Not very much cushion. Not very much slickness either. It's kind of a watery type slickness. Who knows? I may have put too much water in it. But what I can do if I did just a few rounds on the puck there to bring in just a little bit more soap into my into each pass should heal any wounds if I've done that. All right. Just to show you the condition of this lather, kind of pull it all down here and shake it loose. It's got some elasticity to it. Let's see if this is let's see how that contributes to the slickness. It sure looks nice. It doesn't have a lot of stretch. See, it's disconnecting pretty quickly, you know, so could be good, could be bad. All right, water on my face. So this is a boar brush. I'm working through several boar brushes. I think this may be the 19th or 20th use of this one. And I'm starting to then use that particular use in all the other ones that are in the same cycle. My friend Alan online is a viewer that I've talked to a lot, and he recently bought a Zenith B29, and he just now commented the other day that he just finished maybe 12 shaves with it and was extremely happy with how it was going. I told him that that particular brush was one that I had my eye on as well. The ergonomic handle, the long barber style handle, looked awesome, and I've had really good experiences with my my B2 as well as my B10, with Zenith being a quick break-in. Now see, look, this lather is so much better. I just went back a few seconds into the tub, and so that this was clearly overhydrated by me, so my fault there. Looks like this lather might need to run a little drier than I usually might do. And just nice, soft. During the shave, yeah, just kind of woody. It's also, yeah, it's also got a little bit of maybe a pine note to it, a little right on the end there. I don't really care for pine too much, but it's not a strong part of the scent. It just like adds a little bit of maybe bitterness or tar like quality to it. Now this lather is starting to look pretty good on my face. We're not talking about a thick layer, but look at this, nice. I have even furrows here. There's no blotchiness or clumpiness in this area when I do this type of stroke, and that's something to look at. That's a landmark that can tell you the condition of your lather. If it's clumpy, usually that means you need to add a little bit more water. All right. So we've got this, this is a heavy razor, but it just seems to be just right for me. I bought it, got a good deal on it, and I've really enjoyed using it ever since. And I've been trying out different razors, so it's nice to turn back. This Bolzano is working really well in this razor. This blade has been rough for me in other applications, in other razors, but right now it's being really nice. Now it's a little more tuggy, a little bit more aggressive on my left side of my face for some reason, but it was really nice on my right side. That's an unshavable area, so we don't have to worry about that. Well, the lather may be a little micro bubbly or something, but it doesn't really offer a lot of residual slickness. However, on my face here, where there is still bits of lather, it's got nice slickness to it. Okay, so rinse my face now. Just a little kind of half rinse. Water out of the goatee and back to the bowl. Now, if that brush still has a little bit of that extra soap in there, then I may not have to go back to the puck again like I did that first pass. Let's just see. Go back and get a little bit more lather. Nice soft brush. There we go. Cross grain now. So with some of my razors, this Bolzano is kind of rough, not enjoyable, not comfortable, but he works well in this razor. The reason I'm trying him in so many razors is because an online friend of mine used a Bolzano to get to 100 shaves. I thought, well, maybe I'll give him a second look. Taking my time on my neck area, using my other hand to kind of just make my skin not loose, not really a tight pull, just make it not loose. And trying to keep a light touch on the skin. And rinse again. Some people actually don't rinse between passes, but I like the moisture it gives my face and just kind of seems to help the lather out a little bit. I guess if I made my lathers more wet, then maybe that might be what people do if they don't rinse between passes. Water out of the goatee. So the scent isn't really anything to speak of when it's on your face here, so this is definitely in the mild category. I don't even know if I can pick it up. Go back and get more lather. This is the third pass, so not a problem to use up all the lather I have. So the excess lather and a few seconds spent in the tub to bring just a little more soap into the mix. Just fine. Gave me a good shave. Comfortable. Enjoyable. Cross grain on the face again. I don't go against the grain. Because it irritates my skin. I could do it on my face, but I get so close of a shave anyway that I don't really feel like chasing that baby butt smooth goal. And remind me not to shave in this area here. If you hear that skipping or see the razor skipping, sometimes, and I believe it is the case here, that means that maybe the lather is just a little too wet. Now, let's take a look at that. Oh, nice. That's really pretty good. I do see length maybe in one or two hairs, but it's really pretty good. This Bolzano, it does sometimes surprise me with a really good cut. Don't have any irritation. Nice cut. Comfortable shave. Big win for everybody. So yeah, pretty much an unscented soap for me during the shave. Sure, if I stick my nose in the bowl, I can smell kind of woodiness, some generic woodiness, along with maybe that pine twist I was telling you about, and then a little helper of almond as well. And so it's pleasant. I mean, I wouldn't have a problem using this soap on a regular basis. The lather's pretty good. It still performs reasonably well, even when it's been overwatered, like it is in this case. It does kind of have that whole micro bubble issue going on. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. Obviously, there's those two big-ish bubbles. Look at that drip. See, we got a nice, well-hydrated lather right here. In this case, it's a little too wet. Might be perfect for a straight razor shaver, but they usually like theirs wetter, but maybe not. Definitely not as good as some of the soaps that we've got out now. I'm looking forward. I have their warm woods as well. That was on sale on their site as well, and I'm going to be trying that one sometime. So this one's not bad. Pretty good performance. I definitely would not like it if I had paid the full retail price before Maggard put it on sale. I wouldn't like that at all. There's so many other scents that are better, even if it gives you a cool jar. Alright, so the good thing about these borers, they're inexpensive. It's fun to watch them grow and change with time and use. And also they clean up pretty quickly. Those dense badgers, like this, they take a while. And in many cases, these can be cleaned with cold water. But those guys, many times I have to bring in a little bit of warmth, otherwise it'd take even longer. So, big fan. This is a painted wooden handle, so some people will, when you drop it, you might get some chipping or something like that. But most of the people who are fans just consider that part of the experience, and it's just kind of adding character to the brush. And I think I'm in that camp as well. All right, well, we used 6 teaspoons of water. I'm sorry, 5. And I'm thinking maybe 4 might have been the better way to go. Maybe even 3.5. So I'll try to remember that for next time. So, yeah. I don't pick up that pine when I'm smelling it dry from the pup. But I do pick up the almond a lot more when it's in this form in the jar instead of in the lather form. So it's very interesting how smells change a little bit. All right, well, there we go. Let's see what I have. Oh, yeah, I've got that trade winds. And you know what? I got a little hair in my eye. Sorry. This scent is so faint that it's definitely not going to interfere. Give this a shake. Not going to interfere with any other post-shave that you're going to do. All right, now the chiseled face soaps are nice. There are better soaps out there, a better soap base, but man, their scents are so creative in many cases. I'm a big fan, like Midnight Stag, Sherlock, those guys, and I really like their aftershaves. They do have menthol, which is kind of airing up in my eyes a little bit here, but it's not too bad. It does go away after a while, I discovered, and all right, very good. I'm going to take my razor and put it over here on my towel. And I just pat my blade dry. If you know you're going to use the same blade and razor the next day, you can just leave it assembled. What I would do in that case is loosen it up a little bit, give it a good run through, good rinse with the water, and a shake, and then loosen it up as much as you feel safe, and put it away from the kids. And then just put it away. Nothing wrong with that at all. All right, well, I'm going to clean up. I'll be back with any notes. So for this trade winds scent, with trade winds, what I'm tempted to think should be there is kind of aquatics, kind of fresh air, something like that. But instead, it's almost a thicker, maybe oriental, woody, savory type genre. almost, yeah, something like foreign spices. And so maybe trade winds is pointed toward that end, like a foreign market or something to that effect. I don't know what the description for trade winds says it is, but I did expect it to be a little cleaner of a scent, you know, fresher, that sort of thing. But it does, I think it's kind of nice, but it's kind of a more warmer type scent. I think I like it. We'll go with that. We'll see if the family reacts in any way. All right, well, there we go. We got today's shave in the books. Meissner Tremonia, a reasonable performing soap. If you get it on sale or used or something like that, probably be happy with it if you like the scent. This one, super weak, not really available to me during the shave. Still very happy with my 1305 from Semogue. 20 uses or so now, and it's just a very enjoyable brush. And the closed comb bronze, timeless. I'm a big fan, and it worked really well with the Bolzano today. Very cool. All right, well, this is Sugar Daddy Shaves, and that's been today's shave. And I hope there was something here that was good for you, that helps you out. You take care. Have a good day.